American 2130 summer semester. I'm Miss Jones, and I wanted to do this little video to kind of show you around our Blackboard module a bit. So when you enter the shell, you will begin here where it says Welcome Start Here. So you click on it. This very first folder has our course information. We have our general info, red flags, rules and guidelines, things that you need to consider during this semester. My email address is here. I chat you up a bit. Here I have some of my guidelines. Discussion boards and tests and quizzes cannot be made up, so make sure that you are watching those due dates. And whenever I show you a module, I'll show you where those due dates exist. And you can read this on your own. I don't need to read this to you, but when you get a chance, please do. Here is instructor contact info in case you need me this semester, and I'm always here. Like, even if you think to yourself, this is a stupid question, no, please email me. I want to help you in any way that I can to make this summer semester amazing. Here is our syllabus, and you can click on this guide, and you have access to him. One thing that I want to point out right here is this portion right here. This is how your grade is going to be broken down. Your safe assign essays are going to be 25% of your grade. Your discussion boards are going to be 25% of your grade. And then tests / quizzes, those guys are going to be 50% of your grade. Okay. Also down here at the very bottom, we also have a student guide. So if you kind of want to keep up with what's due each week. Okay, so we'll close this guy up. Here is resources. So in case you have trouble with your GNTC email access, here's a handy dandy sheet. Also student services or student help forms are here, so you have easy access to those. Additionally, GNTC has some amazing tutoring services. We also have a lot of little tutoring places on each of our campuses, so whichever campus you are closest to, you have a schedule that you can pull up and you can see, and you can always go in there, and those guys are really great. So I encourage you, if you feel like you need a little extra, tutoring services here are amazing. For our first week together, we have a no-show assignment. Our no-show assignment is going to be a mini essay. Note here that the due date is Sunday by 5:25 by 11:59 p.m. Now, the no-show essay has to be completed for you to remain in the course. So after the due date, I go in and I mark those individuals who have not completed that assignment as no-show, and then the registrar will take you out of the class. Make sure that if you want to stay in the course, that you complete that no-show assignment. So let me show you it. So you click on the little box. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to read this essay, and it's called Exploring Early American Literature Anthologies, and it's by Dessel and Anget. So you have two authors here. It's really, really interesting. It's just talking about the anthologies, what we cover in American Lit, and should these remain the same? Should we continue to teach the same authors over and over, year after year, or do we need to evolve? So it's a pretty interesting article. I enjoy it. So once you read this guy, and let me show you. I'll show you how you access the link. So you'll click the little link, and it'll take you to Galileo, and we'll revisit Galileo whenever you do your research paper. I'll encourage you to use Galileo to find your scholarly sources. So you will read this essay, and then you will complete the assignment. So let's go back to our course. Here is where you are going to submit your no-show mini essay. The best thing to do is to type your essay out on a Word document, save it, and then upload your Word document into Blackboard Safe Assign. So once you click on this guy, you'll notice that you have your prompt here. I ask you some really specific questions. Make sure that you answer those questions throughout your essay, all the while using in-text citations. For this particular mini essay, I would like for you to use MLA format. I have a link in this module that's kind of like a refresher for MLA format if it's been a hot minute since you have written paper like this. Just make sure when you use those just direct quotes from the essay that you are always using in-text citations and that you do include a works cited page for this assignment. Here's your MLA format refresher, and it's at Purdue OWL. And then I also gave you a link in case you have any issues submitting to Safe Assign in Blackboard Ultra. Maybe this is your first time. So this guy is really super helpful. Now you will notice right here, once no-shows have been submitted, the rest of our course is going to open up after Memorial Day. Okay, so at I believe it's 5:27, by 8 a.m. you will have access to the entire course. Now, even though you have access to the entire course and you can work ahead, make sure that you're keeping up with due dates, okay? So typically I'll do 2 to 1 module per week. So you'll notice here that this is due Monday 6/2 as well as this one 6/2. And then here we have 6/9. This guy was a little longer. There are a couple of longer stories in there, so I just have 1 module for the week of 6/9. And 6/23 is going to be our short novello, as we call it. It's not quite long enough to be a novel, but not quite short enough to be called a short story. We're going to read The Turn of the Screw together. And notice that this one is 6:30 and 6:30, so you have 2 modules. So just kind of keep your eye on that and make sure that you're completing all of the work for that week. Okay? So I think that's a pretty good introduction. That guy will get us started, and I'm looking forward to our semester together. And if you need me at any point, please just email me. Okay? All right, guys, looking forward to it. We'll see ya.